season 0 is just strictly passion. So regardless on what you feel about the competition or anything, like everybody who was a part of that was passionate and wanted the CCL to be where it is now and wants it to be even further ahead in the future. So big thing that we wanted to do from when we've just formed the team at the school, right, was just the fact that we got 4 people plus that all loved Call of Duty and just wanted to, play it together, right? So we played like GBs and tournaments and wagers. Like we just made sure we stayed as a collective. So going into season 0, we were already taking it so seriously because we were taking game battles and like pro points and all this stuff. We were doing all that together and taking that seriously. So we just kind of combined, that passion and that grind and put that into the CCL.
Before the CCL actually started, the 4th at the time dropped, and we were like, well, now we need a 4th member. And Matt was on the PUBG team for the school. And so Matt was like, I've played Call of Duty before, and we're like, that works for us. Just stay in the hill. We'll do the rest. The entire year, we were doing anything we could as far as like tournaments and whatever, just to play as a squad. Like we were doing probably 7 to 1 a.m. every night for like scrims and everything. Just like for pretty much a whole year, just the entirety of World War II, like even before the league. That's what we were doing. I gotta preface this.
Go ahead, tell them, Zach. Explain it.
I am never late to anything. Like I am a punctual individual. So the weekend before Champs is on a Monday, and Imagine Music Festival, which is like one of the big EDM concerts that's in Georgia, is happening. So I'm like, I'm going to that because I'd never been to a music festival. It was the first time away from my parents, and my parents were relatively strict on things that I could do. And I was like, I'm on my own. I've got the money. I'm going. I got to be back for class at 8 a.m. But my favorite performer, which was Grizz, was playing at midnight on Sunday. So I stayed all the way through to the end of it, and I pack everybody into the car. I drive back to my dad's house, drop off my stepbrother, drive down to Troy's house, drop him off, drive to my house. And at this point, it's like 5:30 in the morning, and I've got class at 8 a.m. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to stay up here, like shower, get ready, blah, 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 and go to class. My class, because I'm a morning person, is from 8 to 1. So I go to class. Playoffs are at 8 p.m., or maybe it was 7:30. I'm not certain on the time. Anyways, I set an alarm on my phone, and I go to sleep after I get back from class. I'm going to wake up at 4, I'm going to get 2 hours of sleep, and I'm going to be ready for a little bit of warm-up before the match and go. Except I've been at a music festival for 3 days, and I'm tired as hell because I haven't slept yet. It's been almost 20 hours since I've gotten any sleep, and before that I was sleeping in a tent. So I go to bed, and I don't plug in my phone, and my phone dies, so my alarm never goes off. So DJ and CJ and Matt are left to 3v4 against, I think it's Green at that point. This is winners finals. They 3v4 it, and they lose. And Physics still hates us to this day because instead of getting second, because he thought he could beat CCL Green, instead of getting second, he gets third. Because at 9 o'clock, I've gotten way more than enough sleep. I only sleep 6 hours. So I wake up and I'm ready to go. So I roll out of bed, get on the stage right before they're like, yo, you have to play Losers Finals. So we play Losers Finals, and we beat Physics' team, CCL Red. And then we go on to beat CCL Green in 2 best of 5s. The first one was a 3-0. And then the second one was a 3-1. We lost the S&D because CJ lagged out of it. And we had to finish it 3v4. But the map 4 was a Ardennes Forest. And it was way closer than it should have been. It was a 250-249 game.
Yeah, and then I got 5 at the end of the game and made y'all get in the hill, and we won. We can really talk about it if we're talking about it. We wanted a flawless playoffs run. That's what we were going for. So we were trying to wake up Zach, and he never woke up, and so it kind of just ruined that whole flawless run that we were going for at the time. Because we had put so many hours in. We were like, this should honestly be a piece of cake. Not to diss anybody, but we had the advantage of all of us being together all the time, just in the same area. So there was so much chemistry that we had that other teams just couldn't have. So those playoffs runs should have been quick and easy, and then Zach fell asleep. We're like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? What are the odds of all the games you want to sleep through?
The passion comes from the players and not the school. That's what I will put out there. By the end of World War II, we were the only remaining esports team at the school.
They kind of outlawed esports at our school for a bit just because of its past. So that being a thing, we were passionate, but we also had something to prove, showing the school that this could be something for their students beyond just playing a game. So yeah, that just fueled our grind, tenfold. Regardless of the competition of that year, what is so important to remember about that season 0 is just how passionate everybody was, not just us everybody who was a part of the CCL at that point in time. Season 0 is just strictly passion. So regardless on what you feel about the competition and anything, like, everybody who was a part of that was passionate and wanted the CCL to be where it is now and wants it to be even further ahead in the future. So you can't forget about Season 0 because you don't have this season upcoming without Season 0, and that's just a fact.
They go up 2-0. This is done. Georgia Southern University has won the season of CCL. What just happened?